Welcome back to the David Pakman Show. It's Thursday, time for Worldview with Denis Campbell. Denis is editor-in-chief of UK Progressive Magazine and getting ready for a trip to China. Denis, tell us about the trip and where you're going to be.
Well, I've been contributing for the last 5 years now to a expat foreign language service called China Radio International. And they're beamed pretty much all over the world from Beijing, but to mostly the expat community that is English speaking and living in that part of the world. And one of the drawbacks, of course, living in the UK is that when it's 10 o'clock in the morning in airtime there, it's about either 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning my time. And the format of their program is absolutely fabulous. It's a full 1 hour, full-on panel discussion. And they typically put me as the more progressive-leaning person opposite a fire-breathing right-wing Republican, and we go at it for about an hour. Well, I got an email about 3 weeks ago from the good folks over there, and I didn't really pay immediate attention to it because I just thought they were asking, you know, can you be on the show in a week, 10 days time to talk about the US election or whatever. And I didn't notice, but it was actually a very prestigious invitation to their 5th year anniversary celebration. So the radio service is 5 years old, and they've invited me as well as 14 other people to come and be part of a very broad cultural exchange trip across China. We begin in Beijing, which is where they're headquartered, and then we go all the way out to the old Silk Road, which is all the way into the western Jiangxing province, the autonomous region, which is the true melting pot of China. It has 9 countries that border it. You have Russia and Mongolia to the north. You have Pakistan and India to the south. And then, of course, all the stands, including Afghanistan, bordering it. And that brings in a population of everybody from Mongols to Uyghurs to Muslims to indigenous Chinese. And indeed, they've had some ethnic tensions and rioting as recent as March. So I've loaded up the camera and I've loaded up the digital recorder, and I'm hoping to file a number of stories for outlets from that particular region. But it's just a fabulous honor to be a part of it.
So give us a sense. I mean, I'm guessing I know the answer to this, but I think it's an interesting question nonetheless. We've seen documentaries of trips to different countries in Asia where it's all very, very, it's outwardly really a PR exercise where everything is carefully controlled and crafted, what you see, who you talk to give a very particular image to those outside the country. What's your sense about how that will relate to this trip?
Well, I find it interesting because the trip is not necessarily being put together by the government. In fact, it's actually being put together by a media outlet.
Right.
Now, they're going to be doing a lot of programs from the road. So their normal program will be a part of that, as well as interviews for their website and other information. We're all being asked to do an online journal, which will be kind of interesting since we won't be able to do it online, but I'll do it in the old-fashioned handwritten sort of format, and hopefully somebody will take that and translate that and post it, as well as the opportunity to really go into. We're meeting with government officials. We're meeting with people in every one of the major cities that we go to. And I've actually invested in these little pins that have the flag of Wales as well as the Chinese flag, so that should go over reasonably well. But really, it's just an opportunity to sample a culture that does not get a lot of attention in the media, and be able to be in a position to come back, show some of the images of what life is like there, as well as report on the tensions and what's actually going on. You know me, I'm not going to be shut up too easily.
Right. Give us a sense of, are you looking forward to sampling any particular cuisine items while you're there?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm a vegetarian, so that takes a lot of the risk, shall we say, out of the menu options. So I don't have to worry about whether I'm eating Fido or any other of the furry creatures that wander about. I've gotten lots of warnings from many friends on Twitter, and as well as several of your viewers who have said, yeah, don't eat any meat when you're there. I said, well, there's really no problem as far as that's concerned. But it is one of those situations where I'm very interested in seeing, what actually is there, and I'm sure there'll be lots to talk about when I'm back. As a matter of fact, we're taping this in advance, so I'm there right now as your viewers are watching this.
So give us just quickly to kind of wrap up, the economy of China is a topic of much discussion, and particularly to the so-called economic superpowers, including the UK, including the United States. I think that give me a sense of this, but I think it'll be interesting to see in the more remote areas, what is the economy made up of, and what are really the prospects moving forward, particularly depending on whether technology is allowed to become a bigger part of the remote economy or not.
That is a huge issue, and one of the things I'm interested in seeing, because I've done a lot of work on the effects of natural gas fracking and some of the other programs, is this is a very mineral and oil-rich region of China. And I'm very interested to see waste disposal and things of that sort. I really want to have a very good view of how they go about getting the resources out of the ground, at what cost environmentally, and have camera will travel. Hopefully the memory cards will also come back with me with all the photos, and we'll be able to go from there. The only thing that I won't be able to do is I won't be able to use Twitter or Facebook while there. So I'm already experiencing some of the pangs of withdrawal. As you know, I'm a rather prolific Twitterer. And so that will be quite interesting to see how all that plays out. But I'm very much looking forward to being able to be a part of this very unique cultural exchange. And some of the things they've got planned take us to the far north, the far south, all of the various regions, and we really get to experience what life is like for people living in villages. And being part of a media tour, I don't think we're going to be that much manhandled.
I think it's going to be great. We've been speaking with Denis Campbell, editor-in-chief of UK Progressive Magazine. Denis, have a good trip, and we'll talk to you when we're both back from our vacation.
Yes, sir, because you're going on holiday for a couple of weeks as well.
That's right. We'll be out,
August.
Okay, thanks, Denis.
All the best.